Hello everyone, it's Bobo the Vulture, and it's time for more Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. Uh, Last time had a bit of mixed fortune. Um, we moved into positive money territory for the first time. Managed to spend back a lot of that money. Increased our production values to 10%. Um, so we're going to put on another month's worth of shows with production values at 10%. And then I'm going to send off actually, hang on a second. Let me go to the finance history. 66. Production costs have remained stable month to month. So I'm going to guess, yes, we haven't actually done a show at 10% production rating yet. So we need to do that. Once we've done that, we can send off those tapes to the those Hollywood know-it-alls, whoever they are. And so yeah, on the bright side, we're making money. We've got bigger sponsors than ever. Um, on the downside, we lost Anthony Bartlett Jr., our number one heel and number one star, that we were paying a whopping $5,000 per appearance, I think it was. And our color commentator. I, in a fit of rage and jealousy, then decided we needed to get talented announcer Dennis Schock for 14 grand a month, which makes him by far our best compensated employee, um, including our 20 20 skill 1,000 a month referee Zebra Stripes. The only character that I put in this game, in this simulation in the database, and the only character I plan on having in there. Although I don't believe you can actually make changes wholesale to the database after the game simulation is already running, with the game as it comes out of the virtual box. Obviously, it never came in a box. It was downloadable, free share thingy. Um, but the way that it just standardly comes, there are apps and other things that applications that you can use to do file editing with this. We're not getting into that really. Um, do want to go into here is check out the events. So Halloween Havoc was a nice event. Let's go ahead and let's see. The 28th is a Saturday. Good. Christmas Carnage. Let's go ahead and make that medium-sized show. Have it again be the 26th of December. Okay. Good. 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 Let's go back. Having done that, what else have we got in the world here? Fast Eddie versus Jeremy V is a feud, which is a good feud. We have some other guys that we could be putting in feuds right now, but I like to keep maybe only one or two feuds going at a time, as long as we've only got one show a month, considering how much extra work, well, how many extra appearances those guys need to make in order to make anything like that really work. So, all that said, I don't think we have that much else new to do right now, so let's go ahead and start the month and wind our way down toward the... Oh, let's see what happened here. NWATNA, signed Simply Luscious, Robbie Brookside, Nick Dinsmore. MLW signed a sponsorship deal with Irish Tree Fellers. Well, good for them. We went ahead and already dumped them as a sponsor, and I'm glad they were able to land on their feet. They were able to find another promotion they could do business with. So they have an extra month. I mean, they got their money back, so good for them. Let's see here. What else is going on? Brian Knobs is going to work for ROH. Nick Dinsmore is now on a written contract. Okay. I could have sworn he just got signed onto a contract the day before, but it might have been an open verbal contract. That seems to happen a lot in this game. It's weird. Hmm. Butch television ratings. Chaz Warrington has a contract. Here come Gangrel. He got a written contract. MLW signed Lex Luger. Oh man, the total package is going to work for MLW. Um, Eric Justice and Matty Anawai. I can't remember which member of the family Matty Anawai is. The Anawais are a. Let's see. Let's ask Sophie about Matty Anawai. I think Matty Anawai might be. Oh, Matty Anawai. Fine. Other workers. Wait, where did he just sign for? Did he sign for MLW? That might be the best way to find him. He did not, but that sure enough is where General Nanakami is now. He is he's a lower mid-carder there. So have fun, General Nanakami. Nope, Mariano Wai did not work there. Well, fine. Let's just go to other workers. Go to search criteria. Yeah. This is going to take a while because it's going to show everybody ever. But it's the way to find out what the story with Mariano Wai is. Eki Fatu. He's menacing. He doesn't have any relationships. That's interesting. Well, whatever. It's not worth going into that much detail about. So, Lex Luger, folks, if folks at home, if you don't know. Oh man, Monty Brown, he's the master of the pounce. Oh wow, and by saying pounce in the kind of weird voice that Monty Brown used to say it, I woke up Hazel. Um, Actually, he's probably more popularly known now as Marcus Corvan because he had a cup of tea in ECW, and the WWE owned ECW as Marcus Corvan, but he wrestled as Monty Brown for a while. He was also a football player, pro football player for some years before that. Um, Lex Luger, a guy who dedicated his whole career, as far as I know, to pro wrestling, though. But a guy known as much as anything else for being able to do the peck dance really well. Um, Also, basically making shouting the exact same shout every time he hit somebody with a move and every time he got hit with a move. He would just yell, "Oh! Oh!" Whenever he was punching somebody, he'd go, "Oh! Oh!" Whenever he got hit by somebody, he would go, "Oh! Oh!" So you couldn't really tell whether or not he was being hurt or whether he was hurting. Whether he was being hurt or whether he was hurting. We all know that deep down he was hurting. Actually, there is something to be said about that because one of the unseemly details of the unfortunate passing of the lovely Miss Elizabeth was that it happened in the home of Lex Luger. MLW have released mana. Well, now they don't have enough mana. And they've released Nasawa and Silver King. Oh man, he's deceptively stocky. No, I'm thinking of El Dandy. My fault. Silver King, though, was it's a pretty fun luchador. From back in the days that WCW just had a bunch of luchadors that they had work for him. I kind of miss a lot of that. Those guys were good wrestlers, even if they couldn't, even if a lot of them did not speak English, and they'd just come in, they'd put on some good matches. This is back in the days when WCW had, I don't know, is Yeah, I guess WWE still has a 2 hour show on Mondays, Monday Night Raw, and I don't know if SmackDown is also 2 hours or if it's an hour or what. But back in the day, the king of the whole deal was Monday Night Raw, was it? Or Monday WCW, Monday Nitro on TBS was a 3 hour show. Wow, regional level. This is a lot of news happening here. Let's see what's happening. I guess this is a lot of people had their a lot of people had their pay-per-views. Axel Rotten, written contract. Mana, written contract. Shaniqua, written contract. Eddie Mustang. Eddie Mustang is going to work for Diamond Dust. And ECCW have risen to a regional level. Well, good for them. Rising tide lifts all the ships, or something like that. So now they're going to have a bunch of hirings, firings, that sort of thing. Vito Tomaselli, Doug Williams, Funaki. Teddy Long is going to work for Federation La Lutte Internacional. Tarek the Great, Chris Styles, Billy Real, Anthony Durante, John Carter the Third. What about John Carter Jr.? Chris Peak, Frank Black, Davey Skull. Alright, just checking all those names to make sure they weren't ones that I recognized, either by them being famous people in the world of wrestling, or by them being guys that are supposed to be working for me. Delete that message. Let's keep things moving swiftly and silently. Alright, delete that message. Move on to the next day. More television ratings. We know how this whole routine goes at this point, guys. Don't we, Mr. Perfect? Previous. It's television, folks. It's good times. Geez, there's a... Okay, yeah, I guess this will be the next set of pay-per-views. Damien, Silver King, Pogo the Clown, Supreme, SmackDown has been renewed, and WLW have risen to cult level. Now, considering the industry is apparently contracting from what I've been told, alright, let's look at all the new hirings and firings with this. Cole Cabana is an open contract. Ebson, Bull Buchanan, Johnson, referee Rudy Charles, Kim Elizabeth, Beth Appleseed, and Anna Dudley. Alright. Cole Cabana I know more than anything else from this game for being the tag team and for being the friend and apparently occasional tag team partner of CM Punk. And I guess he has a podcast. So I might check that out one of these days. Don't really have it ready at hand. I don't actually. I mean, as much as I enjoy this game, and I enjoy occasionally watching pay-per-views and stuff when I go over to visit JG's place, I don't really keep very close tabs on the sort of day-to-day of the wrestling industry these days. It's just not a thing I'm doing right now. Alright. This should be time for our pay-per-view, but I want to first of all look at Fall Brawl, see what kind of show it was. I should make like a snapshot of this just so that I could tell what matches I had last time around so I don't repeat matches. But let's see, Fast Eddie and Jeremy V. And the show before that, Jeremy V beat Fast Eddie. So it looks like I am going to try and build up this whole thing with a back and forth series of matches. I kind of like. Oh, whoops. Did I make the show for Sunday? Did I cancel the October show? Nope, I just made it for Monday. Wow, Ring of Honor is global level promotion, folks. That's I don't mean to say that in like this laughing, mocking tone, but like, wow, that's kind of a big deal. I mean, they're sort of like the maybe solid third in the current sort of world of wrestling promotions, unless NWA TNA has fallen much farther than I was aware. Heard they've been having some kind of money troubles, but what do I really know about these things? Not that much. What are the statistics here? I want to let Fast Eddie build this up a little bit. Match 1-on-1, singles match. It's going to be Fast Eddie and old Jerma V. There's not a title on the line. The winner is going to be Fast Eddie. It is going to be by cheating. And it's going to be another brawl of the back. And it's going to be to continue their feud. This sounds similar to what happened last time. Hopefully it's not. I can't really alter the specifics of it. What I'm envisioning is that Fast Eddie finds a different way to cheat each match, but it's probably just going to have him pull the tights. Now, we still have, yeah, GQ Smooth still needs to debut, so let's take a look at GQ Smooth's stats here. Oh, he has 70 charisma. I should have made him a tweener. So, what heals do I have that would be a good match for him? Also, who's feeling underappreciated here? Axel Law slightly, Dunn slightly. El Machito, come on. Yeah, GQ Smooth's got a right to maybe feel a little down. Yeah, mostly everybody's pretty happy though. So let's see, GQ Smooth, he's pretty solid all-rounder. So let's find a heel that would match him well. I feel like GQ Smooth and Jafar would put on a good match. So let's do a 1v1 here. Single match. It's going to be, Jafar taking on GQ Smooth. And there's not going to be a title on the line. Will Jafar go down to GQ Smooth? He sure will. It'll be clean. I'm not losing this match cleanly. Continue anyway. No. How about by DQ? GQ by DQ. Um, the aftermath is Jafar runs. There we go. This also, it gives the victory to GQ Smooth in his debut, and it also reinforces Jafar's reputation as a cheater. So it's a win-win. And if I remember right, Jafar is pretty good on the mic. So we are going to start our dark match portion here with an interview by Jafar. And he is going to be targeting GQ Smooth in order to hype their match. And then we are going to have an interview segment right here involving old GQ Smooth, who's not that old. And his target is going to be Jafar. For anybody who missed the dark match, who's coming in late, going to hype their match. So that ought to be that's a pretty solid start. I mean, these guys are a little ways down on the card, but they're talented. Could build them up a little bit maybe, and hopefully not so much that they decide to leave, go to some other federation, like some people I know. Anyhow, let's take a look at our take a look at the rest of the roster here. All right, let's take a look at everybody's stats. Let's put El Majito and Dunn in a match. El Majito and Dunn. Also, let's see. Chris Sproul's. Let's see, he is 33 over, and Palm Beach Boy John is 40 over. Let's have Chris Sproul's and John, Palm Beach Boy John, have a little tete-a-tete here. Actually, let's see. I do want to have El Majito and Dunn have a match, but I just want to see. Okay, their overness is in the 40s. These guys' overness is in the 30s to 40s. Alright, so El Majito versus Dunn is going to be higher up the card. Book a match. One-on-one, singles, Dunn versus El Majito. The result will be a win for El Majito. El Majito is going to do it clean. Select the aftermath. Dunn will refuse a handshake. Because that's just how unpredictable this crazy tweener is. He's not going to go along with your good guy handshake routine, but he's not going to pull you in for the attack. What is it that motivates this man? Let's see, we're going to have a one-on-one match. Single styles. It's going to be Chris Sproul's and Palm Beach Boy John. Let's go ahead and put Johnny over there. And Chrissy over here. There's no title on the line. It is going to be a win for John. Palm Beach Boy John's going to win cleanly. And there's nothing going on there. They're just trying to put on a good match. That's right. That's how this whole booking thing works. Now then. Jeremy V and Fast Eddie are both pretty uncharismatic. So, gonna have happen here is They are warmed up fairly early. Actually, no. Let's exit. Who has a better charisma score here? Chris Brules does, but it's not by that much. Jito has a good charisma score too, as does... No, Dunn's not that great on the mic. So, alright. We've got, what, 3 open interview spots here. They're going to go to Chris Brules, El Majito, and Fast Eddie. So let's go ahead and give this interview time to Chris Brules. He's going to be talking about old Fast Eddie. Hey, old Fast Eddie, down, down. And they're going to hype, he's going to hype that match. So people are going to be excited about that. And let's have another interview here. This one is going to be an interview by our friend El Majito. And he is going to be targeting Dunn. He's going to be talking about Dunn. And this will also be to hype that match. Then we're going to have Fast Eddie come in here. Single worker whip by Fast Eddie. He is going to be targeting Jeremy the 5th. And that is all a part of that feud. I think this is going to be a pretty good show. Let's find out if it really is. Jafar, basically pegging the needle directly in the middle there. GQ smooth, bringing the average slightly down. Let's see how they do in a match together. It's a pretty good quality match. Crowd doesn't care yet. I just have not had a good, not been doing well warming these crowds up. I wonder whether or not if in future I want to start doing actual matches as the dark match or these interviews as the dark match segment. Generally, if I can get somebody who's really over to do the interview to begin with. Now, Chris Brules, he had a good rating for this, considering he's not that over a guy. What kind of match? Palm Beach Boy John and Chris Brules actually put together a decent match, considering their overall talents and abilities. The crowd was pretty into it. El Majito's hyping his match with Dunn. People love it. And they had a decent match, too. So, things are going well. Fast Eddie's backstage, slightly above average because, I mean, he's pretty over and this feud's got some heat to it, but he's not that great a talker. But I did want to advance that plot. Oh, that's a great match. These guys are putting on some classics. So that guy, I don't know if that's our first 70% match. Could be close. 59%, not a bad show. Not a great show, not a bad show. And that was the last day of the month, so we should be getting all the show-related stuff and all the new month-related stuff all at the same time here. Palm Beach Boy John turned 27. Palm Beach Boy, you know, I agree. PBB John v. Chris Sprules. Maybe that'd be, well, no, they put on a good match. That's not even a question. They do. Halloween Havoc was attended by 117 people. We earned $2,340. Let's just not pay attention to what they got from ticket sales for just a regular TV taping of Raw. Michinoku Pro have touring workers. WWE fired Rodney Mack. Was he too militant? NEPW have released Prince Juggalo into the wild. ROH signed Swinger. And NWA TNA has signed Bill Alfonso. They signed Bill Alfonso, Daddy! Oh, and they signed Joel Gertner. They're going after all the old ECW managers. Well, and Sean Stasiak, who's not one of those. Don Harris? What about Ron Harris? Don Harris, one of the Harris twins, Harris brothers. They did work for TNA for a while, I think. They were them big twins on them V twins, which was the lyrics of their song. They rhymed twins and twins. Yeah, TNA is going to pick up WWE scraps. They're signing Rodney Mack to a contract. And Monty Brown. Although that makes sense, actually. Monty Brown probably had his biggest sort of shot at stardom in TNA. They were building him up to be their sort of like top guy. Sakota, Frank Shamrock, Gary Wolf, Chris Styles, the Hardcore Kid, Nosawa, Ray Lloyd, Greg the Hammer Valentine is going to work for FLI. He's an old school wrestler, folks. He was a guy who used the figure 4. Wenzel, Johnny Webb, Inferno, Duke Durango, Church. Samoa Joe is going to work for WLW under an open contract. Samoa Joe is a fun wrestler to watch, guys. Justice Payne, I don't know a darn thing about other than JG was telling me one time that I should really, in this game, was telling me I should really sign him to have a feud with Tugboat and basically make Justice Payne conduct interviews in which he talked about how much he hated baddies. I have no idea if that's something he actually would have done or what. It did not actually work very well. Eddie Guerrero announced that he will retire. That would be so nice. It's going to be a parallel universe where Eddie Guerrero does not have an early sad end. Actually, Bam Bam Bigelow, another guy that's gone. Roddy Piper retired. Lance Storm has left WWE. Brock Lesnar. El Magito wants more money, so does Trent Baker. Axel Law, done. Fast Eddie. Steve Stone. Those guys all want more money. Dan Rockwell's left WLW. All Media have ended their sponsorship with TNA. Maiden Music have ended their sponsorship with WLW. Okay, so there's a bunch of sponsorship deals ending right now. I should maybe check and see whether or not we're making every month. Stampede Wrestling of Calgary have issued a bankruptcy warning. A new promotion, Canadian Golden Combat, has opened. And it's Palm Beach Boy John's birthday. Let's delete all this mail. 25. And we have $158,095 right now. So, something I would like to think about doing is, wait. What was I about to do? Well, one, we have send out a promo tape to, let me go back once again, double check. It's a local network that has they only require production values of 10. If we tried to, we could get a prime time spot with them. Probably late evening or graveyard shift show would work for us. Let's send out promo tape to local network. Tape sent. Alright, and view rankings. So the lowest ranked show is MLW, which has a .19. What is MLW Underground? It's on a regional network. So, we're not even going for that. We might end up with a .00 rating show. Oh, I know what we're going to do. We're going to look at sponsors. Let's look at interested sponsors. Lovering Drums, they offer $60,000 a show. And we could go back to Nikki 6. So 60,000 a show. Right now we've got 100,000, 85,000, 50,000, and 55,000. Is it worth the extra 10 grand to cut Thomas Lee Limited, cut him loose, pick up Love Ring Drums for an extra 10 grand? These are the questions I wrestle with, wrestling with shadows. Well, what do we have right now? We have $158,000. We'll make back this money in 10 grand at the end of the month, and we have the disposable income to do it. Let's go ahead and do it. What are we at right now? We're at 25, so we're at the next sort of tier, I would imagine, for sponsor threshold. So let's go ahead and get ourselves a new sponsor by eliminating this one. Just want to make sure. 55, 50, 85, and yeah, okay, so let's end the sponsorship deal. It's okay. It's done. And they're like, do you want us back? Nope, we're going to offer a minor sponsorship to Love Ring Drums. And they accept that deal. And it's only for 7 months, so it's not bad. And now we're back to only having $108,000 on hand. We look forward to working with you. I look forward to working with you too, my friend. So yeah, it said it was Saturday the 31st of October, but I guess the 31st of October was a Monday. Saturday the 28th of November. Yeah, it's all messed up now. Christmas Carnage. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it New Year's Eve. That's what we're gonna do. We're not gonna change the name of it though, because I don't think it matters. Also, chill factor. Let's make it Saturday the 28th. I'm just gonna go through now and do all this because otherwise I'm gonna forget, and that'll be bad. Oh, the 25th of March. I know multiple people with birthdays that day. Happy birthday to those people. Made it right around a throwback a bottle of beer. We won't actually be using that as our official theme song for the pay-per-view. Saturday, the 24th of June. I know multiple people with that birthday as well. And one cat with that birthday. Happy birthday to you, Hazel. Alright, keep going here. Ah, the 30th. And Halloween Havoc I already changed. Nope. Oh, I did change it. So, it's all set. Alright, let's go back. And we're going to go ahead and call that good for this particular episode of Let's Play Extreme Warfare Revenge. I'm Bobo the Vulture, and this has been that. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see all you guys next time. Bye for now.